Oh, we can leave these here.
Come. Check this out. It's illustrated.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
We're all just moving class again. We're trying to get to our seats. We'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, no problem. Yes, ready everyone? Namaste.
Almost ready. Sorry, it's very difficult to. Everybody runs everywhere and moves everywhere. Sorry about that.
I can see Dasma and you.
I wanted to just tell you that there are 3 names from this 200 group that will be moving on to 300. It's Blaze, Amber, and Brenda. We'll be moving with you to 300.
And when?
In like so we will have like I think 7 days gap, and then we will from the 1st of August we will be doing the 300 hour.
Okay.
Okay, you're still going to be teaching us from the 300 hour?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, this Himalayan Yoga Association. Very frustrating for us because we haven't had any anatomy this whole entire course until 3 days before the course ends.
Wait, he's not teaching us in 300?
He's not sure.
Ask him to please do, because we all want him. Because
Yeah, please teach us in 300, please.
But I am not a owner. I mean, of Himalayan Yoga. I am
understand.
just so it depends upon the management or their requirement. I am just here to help Himalayan Yoga at the moment
I
because they
understand.
needed a teacher. So
Yeah, I understand. I will definitely put in a few words to them and just tell them that we really like learning with you, and please can we have you and not somebody new, because it's also difficult when you change teachers, they teach differently. So yeah.
okay. So okay, no problem.
Okay.
We will see. Can we start now? Yes. What? 10 minutes. Dasma, Shimeda, and Blake. So what we have studied yesterday? What have we studied yesterday? There is one thing that I cannot remember some things what we learned yesterday. So just you can give me a topic what we have seen up till where we have came. Have we started with the muscular system? Yes. So what we have seen, like in general short introduction about the muscular system, at least.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. Yeah, so we spoke about the articulate bone joints yesterday, musculoskeletal movements, and all the different. We wrote down 19 different types of movements. And then I think that was it. Maybe I lost my notes. Oh, and the muscular system, yeah. And then the different muscular tissues as well, how each of the muscles work. The multi.
Yes,
Hang
yes,
on.
yes. Different muscle
Okay.
fibers, like how it works. There are 3 types. So up till there
Yeah.
we have to.
Yeah, the voluntary and the involuntary muscles. And
So yes,
yeah,
so
and
the
add to
muscle.
their muscle tissue.
Okay, the muscle tissues, or you can say types of muscles. So what are these types of muscles? There are 2 types, involuntary and voluntary, and what we have studied in that 2 types of muscles, involuntary muscles 2 and voluntary muscles 1. So what are the 2 types of involuntary muscles here? What we have seen, smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. Smooth muscles present in our organs, and cardiac muscle, our heart. And the voluntary muscle means which we can control with our mind. What are those? Our skeletal muscles are the voluntary muscles. The rest of both smooth muscles, our stomach, intestines muscles are involuntary, not in control with our mind, and cardiac muscle as well, involuntary muscle. I did tell you that some people, or there are only few people in this world who have control over their heartbeat and that or muscle, but we have to follow the scientific text, not the major. We have to follow. Majority of the people cannot control that. It is hardly possible. Only some yogis or great monks can do that. Again, so today what we will be learning, shake answer last mark. Today we will start with the skeletal muscles only. We will be learning some things and we will see. And major names of the muscles. We will not go in deep here because we also have to see some different systems in this course, which is not in the syllabus, but still we will learn. Yeah. Again, so categorization of the skeletal muscles. So about the skeletal muscles, here we will see like there are 600 muscles, but how these 600 muscles are being categorized, how these 600 muscles are being categorized, that we will be learning here. So what is the first categorization of the muscles? Write it down here in the chat box. Categorization of muscles. Categorization of muscles. How are these skeletal muscles? So categorization of the skeletal muscles, how are they categorized? In which groups? So here, when they are categorized, we will be able to know how are they named. So depends upon their name and the location and the size. Here, everything we will see. How are they grouped? Here, the first is the size. They depend upon the size. First, write down the word size. The first category of the muscle is size. First category, size of the muscle. So what and how are they depend upon the size of the muscles? So there are, in the size of the muscle, there are vastus muscle. What are the vastus muscles? Vastus means huge size of the muscle. The word vastus, these are just the terms which we are learning on the size. Vastus muscles means the huge size of the muscle. If you want me to write, I will write it.
Yes,
This
can you
muscle-
please put it, can you please draw it all on your whiteboard? That'd be great.
Or he's
Or,
trying to-
or in
I guess, in the chat box, but could you, I like the whiteboard personally, if there's a good marker.
Vastus muscle means huge type of muscles in our body. Then there are longest muscle, vastus muscles, and brevis muscles. So depends upon the size, there is brevis muscles also. What does this word or the term brevis mean? Brevis means short.
Short, yeah.
Yes. So the brevis means short types of muscles, depends upon the size. The maximus and the longest muscles as well. Write down the other word, maximus and longest muscles group. What does this word maximus muscle group mean? They are large in size. They are large in size. And what does this word longest mean? They are long in size of muscles. So we have the vastus muscle, maximus muscles, longest muscles, and the brevis muscles. Depends upon the size of the muscles. You can also add the minimus. So where do we find these muscles? There are in many types of muscles like gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, even in your hip joints or in any part. Longest brevis muscles you will find in each and every part of the body. There are 600 in total, these groups. Also add one more, minimus. These are just the simple terms I will be writing here, not like drawing each and every muscle. Not possible here on the whiteboard. Yes. Minimus muscle is also the short like muscles, small group of muscles. Again, after the size of the muscle, depending upon the size of the muscles here, what is there next? We will see the shape of the muscles. So the shape of the muscles depends upon which you have the deltoid muscle. What is the shape of the deltoid muscle? Write down next category, shape of the muscle. In that shape of the muscle, write down deltoid. Deltoid means triangular shape. Where do you find the deltoid? Here. In our shoulder muscles. We will see that. We will not see the examples at the moment. We will see the examples later, but deltoid means the triangular shape of the muscle here. Then rhomboid muscle. Where do you find this rhomboid type of muscles? Here, in your bag, there are some rhomboid sets of muscles that looks like a rhombus. Rhombus. Rhomboid muscles means rhombus. Deltoid muscles like triangular shape of the muscles. Again, after the rhomboid, here transverse muscles, or we also have the teres. What does this word teres mean? The round muscles. Teres means which are in round in shape, these muscles. Again, after the size, there is trapezius. Trapezius group of muscles, and trapezius group of muscles means in the shape of trapezium. Latissimus muscles as well. Latiss. So latissimus muscle And let's see. The latissimus muscles means which are in wide shape. So depends upon the size. We have seen some group of muscles, so which are named after those like vastus medialis, vastus rectus muscle, and depends upon the shape. We have seen some muscles written in the chat box like deltoid, rhomboid, teres, trapezius, and latissimus muscles. Yes, Amber.
Can you clarify the difference between, or what the definitions are for latissimus and latissimus? What does that mean? What do they mean?
That is a spelling mistake. So I have written the
Oh.
word, the second one. The first one
Oh, the
is
second
just
one.
spelled
Latissimus. So
sorry.
what's the shape? What's the shape for the latissimus?
lat. They are wide. Lat
Oh,
means
wide.
wide.
Okay.
We have
sorry.
the lat
Thank you.
here
Got it.
in our back. Yep. So those muscles are latissimus muscle group. Again, after the size and the shape category of these muscles, we will see the direction of the muscle fibers. What are those muscle fibers we have seen? Muscle fibers means types of muscles or skeletal muscle fibers. So what are these muscle fibers category? Now we will see. The next category, muscle fibers. Here, in the muscle fibers category, the rectus muscles. The rectus muscles. So the muscles which are in one straight line. So those muscle fibers means the muscle cells which we have seen. So rectus muscle cells are like this in one straight line. Again, after the rectus muscles, there are transverse muscles. And what are the transverse muscles? I will write the spelling.
Round.
Transverse across. Cross muscles means transverse. In our abdomen, you will find the deep muscles. There transverse abdominal muscles, rectus abdominis muscles. You find in your 6 packs or 8 packs. There are like abdomen rectus muscles as well, transverse muscles, oblique muscles. What are these oblique muscles as well? Oblique means diagonally. I will write down the
Diagonally.
next one. Yes, diagonally. O-B-L-I. Oblique muscles means diagonal muscles, which are diagonally from this side.
Quick clarification. So oblique, diagonally, transverse, what does that mean? I know they're in the abdominals, but it means around or straight or across.
Which?
It means transverse, across?
Transverse across muscles, yes.
Across. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And diagonally are like diagonal. Yes. Here again in this category of the muscles, rectus, transverse, oblique, and orbicularis muscles. So orbicularis muscles are the circular, which you are saying that round muscles, that are the circular muscles, that are orbicularis. You find these muscles mostly like around your lips, around your eyes, orbicularis oculi, orbicularis muscles like around round muscles. I will write the spelling. These muscles are in circular shape muscles, orbicularis. So the names of the muscles like in the size, shape, and the muscle fibers like are given on this categorization. Like so, these categorization of the muscles are helpful to remember some important major names of the muscles. This categorization of the muscular system or the group of skeletal muscles is important to remember the names of all these skeletal muscles, 600 muscles are grouped under this categorization. Then the location, next category, write it down, depends upon the location. So what are the location here? Pectoralis or pecs, which, so what are the pectoralis muscles location? Where do you find the pecs or pectoralis muscles? In your chest. So pectoralis in this category, PE. Pectoralis is what you find in your chest. Then the next is glutes.
Are we still in the shape, the direction of muscle fibers right now, or we moved on?
So first category was the size. In that we have seen the
Yeah,
size
we had
of the
size,
muscle.
we had shape, we had direction of muscle fibers. Have we introduced a fourth
Yes,
category?
this one like the fourth category, the location.
Could you
So
write,
depends.
because we're confused just because it's digitally, could you write it on the whiteboard? Thank you.
First one, size, then we have seen the shape. Muscle fiber, and now location. Now we will be seeing location. So I have written in the chat box all the capital letters location, that means the type, and the short font, the subtype. So in this location we have pectoralis, the gluteus muscle. Where do you find this glute? In your hips. The location of the glute is in your hip muscles here. Again, after that, brachii muscles or brachii. What is this brachii or brachii? Arm. Exactly, the muscles you find in the arm, the location. Again, the next is supra and infra. Supra muscles is above and infra muscles are below category. The location of the muscles in our arm or in our body. These locations are above and below. Mostly like supraspinatus and infraspinatus, these muscles you find in the back. Infraspinatus muscles and supra above. They are deep muscle cells. Again in this location category only. Again, after the submuscles and the lateral muscles. What are the subcategory of the muscles? Subcategories of these muscles means under the location, which are beneath. Sub means under, and lateral means or the lateralized. Lateral is these muscles and submuscles. Submuscles, the word sub means which are under, and lateral is these muscles which are lateral in the location. The next category of these muscles, I will write down here the number of origins. Write down the next category, number of origins. So some of the muscles are categorized under the number of origins. So origin and ending, or origin and insertion. First I will tell you what does this origin and insertion is. Origin and insertion is actually for each and every muscle. Origin and insertion, where the muscle has been originated and where the muscle has been
Okay,
inserted.
can I ask, I'm sorry for a clarifying question. So
Yes.
we've moved on from location of muscles and now we're moving on to origin.
Yes,
Okay, so that's the fifth. So we have
Yeah.
size, shape, direction, location, and now origin.
yes, I will write the number 5. I'm sorry. Okay. See,
Thank you.
the number of origin. So here, how many origins the muscle has been originated? Like for example, I will give bicep. Write down under the number of origin bicep. My spelling mistake again. Please try to correct that spelling. Bicep. Biceps means which has 2 head. Biceps means which has 2 head. Bi. 2 origins and 1 insertion in the arm. 2 head, origin, and 1 insertion. Forget about the insertion, just the origin here. Again, triceps. Write down. Here as well. 3 origins means triceps. Again, one more, write it down. Quadriceps. So tri means the quad. You find the 4 sets of muscle group quadriceps in your thigh. So quad, it is being said in the front surface of the thigh, top of the thigh, quad, back of the thigh, hamstrings. So here quadriceps means 4 origins. So these muscle sets of muscles has originated with 4 different points on the top of the thigh. 3 different points at the back of the arm, 3 heads, triceps, front of the arm, 2 head, biceps. Similarly, on the top of the thighs, 4 different locations, quadriceps, number of origins. And now you write down the next category. I will write this time number 6 on the whiteboard. Okay, I erase this. Origin and insertion. Origin and insertion. The next category is origin and insertion. So in this category of these muscles, we have where the muscle has been originated and where has the muscle has been inserted. So what are those categories of the muscle that we will see some of the names. So we have sternocleidomastoid muscles, which originates at the sternum and which is inserted at the clavicle bone or the cladle muscles, the collarbone here. This is a very big term. I have to write this term in the chat box. Sternocleidomastoid muscles. Yes. Sternocleidomastoid muscle group. That means the muscle group which is under the category of origin and insertion, which has originated from the sternum. Which is the sternum? First you write down this word. Sternum is our chest bone at the center, which we have seen, and which has been inserted into our clavicle and the mastoid. process. Again, the next is brachioradialis muscle. Brachioradialis muscle. Again, this category of the muscle lies under origin and insertion. Brachio means muscles which originate in the arm and which is inserted in our radial bone, our radius. So that muscles are in brachioradialis group of muscles. Whatever the muscles which originates in our arm and end up in our radial bone. We have seen the radial bone in the skeletal system. After the brachioradialis muscles, we will see the next, number 7. Action. Write down the next word, action. So what are the actions of the body? This category of the muscle actions means whatever actions we do, and with the help of those actions, the muscles are been moving. So what are those? The actions muscles are abductors, adductors, extensors, flexors that we have seen. Like yesterday in some terms, flexion, extension, or that is just the movement. But now we are saying in the muscle that work in the joint, flexion of the joint, extension of the joint. But these muscle groups are in our body also. The names of the muscles, for example, flexors muscles of the arm. So where are the flexors muscles in our arm? When we flex the arm, the flexors group of muscles also are involved. So I am writing under the set of action some groups here. Adductors. What are these adductors group of muscles? To adduct our structure. Then abductors. So what are these abductors group of muscles? To abduct our structure means these muscles group help our part of the body to move away from the midline or towards the midline. For example, if we are moving our body like in triangle pose or in postures where we separate the arms and the legs, so which muscle groups are involved or which muscle groups help to move the body? So these muscles help abductors and adductors group in our body to move in the midline and away from the midline of the body. Here, similarly, flexor and extensor, with the muscles which are being involved, the flexors and extensors as well, to move the part or the structure of the body. And masseter. What are these masseter muscles? Masseter muscles are involved when we are eating or chewing process. When we chew, at the moment, yes, I can see Blair is eating something and she is using her masseter group of muscles in her cheek to chew the food. So masseter means chewing process. Okay. So these muscle groups are involved in the action. This is also action. Yes. Got it up to here, everyone? Let's see what are the major group of muscles now, or the major names of the muscles. So what we have seen, can you please repeat, Amber or anyone, Shimeda, Dasma or Kesar? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
The act, what are you asking?
Can you just repeat what categorized we have seen one by one?
Oh,
First
we saw
category was
the size of muscle, the shape of muscles, the direction of muscle fibers, the location of muscles, the origins, the number. I couldn't fully understand the number of origins of muscles, the origin and insertion, and the action of muscles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You-
6, 7.
origin. What do you don't understand? The origin or the number
Is
of
it
origin?
number of, I don't understand that category. I don't,
Yes, number of
The-
origins.
the number of origins. Okay,
Yes, means that muscle is originated in how many number? For
got it.
example,
Okay,
number of
right.
origin means
Mhm.
bicep has bi,
Tricep,
two,
quadricep,
two, yes, two
meaning
types
there's
of
like
origin.
4 muscle strands that make
Yes.
up the muscle. Got it.
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
explain a little bit deeper, because I do not understand this whole origin and insertion thing? What is, can you clarify what exactly you mean by that?
Origin and
This,
insertion. Okay. Forget about that.
could
Names
you
of
draw
the
a
muscle.
picture? And is
Okay.
there, how's your stick figure game?
I have to think what picture I have to draw, but okay. Origin and insertion, like, first of all, consider your arm. See, I will draw an arm. Can you see the arm?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, this is the arm.
That's a good arm.
Okay, but so what is this origin? If the muscle is starting, so the muscle has starting point and ending point. For example, if this is the bicep muscle, so this bicep muscle has 2 origins, 1 and 2. This bicep muscle has 2 origins, and origin means where the muscle has started. Okay, I will make it more simple. Origin means starting point, and insertion means ending point. That's it. Very simple. Origin means where the muscle has started, and insertion means where the muscle has ended, or where the muscle has inserted. I think here the muscle is not exactly inserted in our where the elbow ends. Here the muscle has been inserted just away from the elbow. For example, if the bicep starts here, it will not exactly inserted where the bone ends. It does not insert at the end of the bone, but it is connected muscle to the muscle, muscle to the bone with the connective tissues, tendons, ligaments, fascia. So here it is connected with the tendon. So not exactly at this point, but little bit in front. They are binded with the muscle fibers.
Okay, got it. So the 1 and
So it
2, your
contracts.
picture here, this is the bicep, which is, has
Yes,
2 origins, and then the insertion point is at the elbow.
yes,
And there's 2 origin insertion parts of the body, and that's in the chest and in the arm. For the sternocleidomastoideus, and then the
No.
brachiolititis.
Brachioradialis means our arm and radius. This is like brachioradialis muscles also in our arm. Yes. This is the name of the muscle, brachioradialis or sternocleidomastoid muscle. So sterno means sternum bone. So
Sure.
the muscles which is originated in the sternum, but which is ended at the cladio. Cladio means our clavicle
Okay,
bone.
got it. Clavicle. Okay, got it. Started
So
in
this
chest.
is just the name
Started
of the
in sternum,
muscle.
ends in clavicle.
Yeah, so the sternum and the clavicle muscle connection. So this is what? Origin and insertion category. So there are some category of the muscles which are named after this origin and insertion. So like this muscles has name. They are not just telling in simple terms. Like if we can say in simple terms, so the muscle which connects the sternum and the clavicle is one muscle. But what are they telling? They are giving an anatomical term, sternocleidomastoid process muscle. So it is the same what we are saying, which is starting with this origin and insertion. Just anatomical terms are little tough.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, thank you. I will erase this and we will just see the major group of or the major names of the muscles which and the movement of the muscles or how those major muscles in our body are being named. These are being categorized. Now, how they are named, we will see. Major names. We will start from the head, or we will see more like importance only we will see. We will not select temporalis muscle like or the occipitalis muscle, frontalis major, not all these muscles, or orbicularis around the eye, around the lips. Important muscles we are going to watch here with the action also. So what actions will help those muscles move? So first word we will see with our favorite word, sternocleidomastoid muscle. Where are these muscles? Sternocleidomastoid muscles here in our neck. Write down the first sternocleidomastoid muscle in our
Can
neck
you type
here.
that into the chat box, please? Thank you.
Shall I write in the chat box?
Please, please, please do.
These sternocleidomastoid muscles, which are present in our neck, are helping to rotate our head. When we rotate our head, then these muscles are getting contracted or engaged. These muscles get engaged when we rotate our head. So write down here in the bracket head rotation. Just don't rotate your head. Write down in the bracket head rotation for the head rotation. Again, the next I will write down latissimus dorsi muscle in the back. Latissimus latissimus dorsi muscle. So this muscle, first you write down the name, and these muscles, lats, our lats, here I think, are in our lats at the side of the back. In these latissimus dorsi muscles, when are these engaged? When we extend our shoulder. So during the shoulder extension, like when we bring the arm back, shoulder extend. Shoulder flexion is in the front. Shoulder extension, the lats are engaged when we do shoulder extension. The next, pectoralis major or the chest muscle. Pectoralis major. Pectoralis major muscles which are present or located in our chest. Here, with the help of shoulder flexion, these muscles are mostly involved. The flexion of the shoulder, the flexion of the shoulder. When we raise the arm up, the shoulder gets flexed in front. That time we engage the pecs or the muscles of the chest get contracted. The next muscle, trapezius muscle. Where is the trapezius muscle? In the trapezium form, in our back. In our back. P-E-Z-R-U-S. Trapezius muscle is the one which gets engaged during shoulder adduction and spinal extension. First, you write down this trapezius muscle name. Then I will tell how the shoulder adduction is. So shoulder abduction is when we raise the arm like to the side. Shoulder abduction away from the midline, but adduction, this one is adduction. So towards the midline, when we bring the arm inside, shoulder adduction. Then the trapezius muscles at the center of the upper back in the trapezium form. It is in the upper back at the center, the trapezius muscle will get engaged when we bring the arm in trap. Like in the workout, you have to do the gym. Like when you pull that cable, you work on your back. Yeah, the trapezium. Yes, you did that workout. Yes.
And spinal flexion too?
Yes, we have to extend the spine, spinal extension muscles. Yes. Triceps. Triceps. What? How do they get engaged triceps? Have you done workout of your triceps?
You chaturanga.
Chaturanga. In extension, yes. When you extend your elbow, triceps get engaged in upward facing dog. When it is elbow extension, then they are engaged. Tricep set. Chaturanga, that is flexion, elbow flexion. Our elbow angle is decreased. When we increase the angle after chaturanga, then our triceps are pumped. The muscles which are pumped are triceps. Yeah. I think it's the favorite posture, chaturanga, during these days of your course. So write down triceps with the elbow flexion, elbow extension, and biceps with the elbow flexion. There is a psoas muscle. So iliopsoas muscle is also one of the major muscles. Iliopsoas muscle. Where is this iliopsoas muscle? Yes. Iliopsoas muscle starts in our lower back of the vertebral column and which ends up in our thigh. This muscle, iliopsoas, I will write it down. This muscle, iliopsoas, is being engaged when we do hip flexion. The flexion of the hip bone joint when we bring the leg up, or like in wind release pose, that time wind release pose or the flexion of the hip, that time iliopsoas muscles, we work on that muscle that contract or pump. After the iliopsoas muscle, write down the gluteus maximus. This is also one of the major muscles that you will find, gluteus maximus, with in your hip. The large muscle group. Maximus means the large muscle group. Where are these and how they get engaged? When we bring the leg or extend the leg, extension of the hip. So the hip extension will make this gluteus maximus engaged. And what are these hip extensions? So when we take our leg back, for example, Natarajasana pose, Lord Shiva dance pose, when we hold the leg standing pose, standing one balancing, or for example, pigeon, or Dhanurasana, bow pose, or for example, like when we extend the hip bone joint, that time the gluteus maximus muscle is being engaged or pumped. Okay. After gluteus medius. So gluteus maximus is the large muscle group on the hip. Then inside there are deep muscles. Not only one large muscle, there are 600 muscles, muscle on the top of muscle. So these two muscles like gluteus medius and gluteus maximus are connected with the connective tissue called fascia, which connects one muscle to another muscle, not directly. So they have some muscles connected with the connective tissue. The next I will write gluteus medius. These gluteus medius muscles, it engaged or contracted during internal rotation of the leg or the internal rotation of the hip. When you rotate your hip bone joint internally, then the gluteus medius muscles is being engaged. This muscle is in deep on our hip at the below our glutes maximus muscle. Got it here? Dasma and Shimeda. I'm sorry, is it Shimeda? Yeah. The next, after this piriformis muscles or hamstrings muscles or quadriceps, we will see quadriceps first. Where are these quadriceps? You only tell me now. We have seen
Upper thigh. The
upper thigh, top of the thigh. And how are they getting engaged, the quadriceps, or how are they getting contracted? In which action? When we do
extension
extension of,
of the knee.
yes, extension of the knee to engage our quadriceps. And hamstrings are at the back of the thigh. There are 3 sets of muscle group in our hamstrings and 4 sets of muscle group in our quadriceps. Quads, 4. Hamstrings, we have 3 muscle groups. And when are these hamstrings involved in which action? The flexion of the
knee.
Yes. And the extension of the knee, quadriceps. Okay. We will see up till here only today. Okay. We have seen, I think, most of the major muscles in our body with the actions. I cannot draw here online to make you clearly understand the origin and insertion, but this is the major muscles only we can see here with you. We will see some of the different systems. This was not the part actually of your syllabus, but we are just watching something more. Your syllabus was just a skeletal system. And we will see some things about different system tomorrow. Even I don't know, I don't think at the moment. Just live in the present, enjoy your day, have a good day, and try to stay connected with me anywhere, online or on social media, to ask me any questions anytime, please.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
Bye.
See you.